Good afternoon, Americans. This is your favorite alien and Bubba on Tuesday, September 3rd. Stand by for commentary. Well, Americans, before I start the commentary, today is September 3rd. It's the 80th anniversary of the start of the Phony War. Yeah, World War II. Remember, today, September 3rd, 1939, Britain and France declared war on Germany for invading Poland on the 1st of September of 1939. And now you know a tidbit. So on to commentary. Well, it looks like those 10 dum-dums, Democrats, are doing their debate on climate change. And there's 10 that didn't get there because they say the polling wasn't there, huh? Like Miss Marianne Williamson and Representative Tulsi Gabbard. Well, to these two ladies who are running for the same thing but might not think that they have something in common, they do. For Miss Tulsi Gabbard, the fact that she's a representative from Hawaii and from American Samoa. So she's Polynesian. That gives it a strike on the DNC side. They consider that a one percenter. The Republicans will say, oh, another Obama. And really, did she really born in American Samoa? They're going to start to do that. Yeah, right. But be that as it may, Ms. Gifford, I would say since those dum-dums, Democrats, are doing their hum-hum thing over there on climate change, why don't you and Miss Williamson get together and do a video on YouTube on climate change, debate climate change? And give you a hint. Your three so-called adversaries, United States, Russia, and China, have a stake in this mess. Because all three have climate problems, big time, especially China. Well, the U.S. does too, with the smog. And Russia, probably most of their territory is uninhabitable, as it is. Like Chernobyl, Chernobyl, remember that? So, here's my suggestion for a debate on climate change. Number one, use the thing I gave to Miss Williamson. You have the technology to influence your atmosphere by developing plants to filter your atmosphere and take out harmful gases in the atmosphere. But remember, there's no profit in that. So here's my suggestion, Miss Gifford, and you can get together with Miss Marianne Williamson and debate this. My suggestion is the top three countries. The United States spends over $700 billion in defense. China and Russia are over $200 billion. So how come they can't put $1 billion a year from their defense? That's less than 1% of their budget. And put that towards this fund here, where for 10 years, that's $10 billion a country for them. And then say you have Canada, Britain, France, Germany, and Japan do $500 million a year, and the rest of the countries at least $10 million. Planet-wide. And you build these plants that'll do the filtering in each country. This is not political motivated. This is not anti-this or pro-this. This is just to remove the gases. Now you got to get together and form some sort of a committee to decide what you're going to do with the gases once you remove them from the atmosphere. I can guarantee you if you do this in 10 years, you'll start seeing effects of this. In 20 years, and by 40 years, you should have a pretty good atmosphere. Now, not only do you do this, build these plants to do this, but also with that money that you have there, Have the companies and let them put some money in too. Like the companies here in Georgia and Illinois over there, where Genix, what's the name of it? Genesis or something like that. Anyway, and other companies that vent harmful gases in the atmosphere that's causing cancer and everything, you can stop those gases, collect them, but find out what you're going to do with them. You have to find a unique way that's not going to harm the environment and that's not going to harm humans or other life forms on the planet. We had a way that we dealt with it, but you don't have the technology yet. Because you don't have any ships. You never developed the technology to do that. You have Jupiter. Some of these gases Jupiter eats for breakfast over there. It's a good place to dispose of them. It's not hurting the planet. It's helping that planet. It's a win-win. But you don't have the technology for that because you didn't think. What do you say, Miss Gifford and Miss Marianne Williamson, about this proposal? That'll help your climate change. It won't bring it down to zero, but or at least it'll bring it down to maybe 50, 60%, maybe 70% of what it is today in 10 years. You'll get it down to maybe 5%, 95% complete in 40 years. You won't get it up to 100%. You'll always have issues. But if you can get it to 95%, hey, wouldn't that be good? That means your Earth is pretty good and you can do something about replenishing your ecosystem. But there's no money in that, but that's a different program here. So what do you say? This is your favorite alien and Bubba with today's commentary for Miss Gifford and Miss Williamson. You have a chance here to go outside your DNC. Talk to the people as Americans, not as dash this and dash that, not as Asian Americans, African Americans, Latin Americans, Polish Americans. Make it as American. Make it like you talking to them because you don't know what the problems in the United States are. You haven't got to the office yet. You haven't opened that book. And there's a book that you're going to open when you get there. And it's going to tell you, oh, this is the problem with her budget. This is the problem with, oh boy, we got a lot of problems. So what do you say? This is your favorite alien and Bubba saying good day.